High school baseball on RoCo Radio will start in 2 minutes. Tonight's broadcast of high school baseball and the Rockingham County Cougars will start in 1 minute and 30 seconds. Tonight's coverage of rock solid baseball will start in just 1 minute. Tonight's coverage of baseball on RoCo Radio will start in 30 seconds. The following is a presentation of RoCo Radio Sports. Rock solid tradition. Excellence on the diamond, at the plate, and on the mound. This is your home for Cougars baseball. RoCo Radio and RoCoRadio.com. We now take you inside the Sam Jones Baseball Complex for Rockingham County Cougars baseball and get you ready for first pitch. Here's Jay Ramey and Jonathan Hatley with your RoCo Radio pregame show.
Hello and welcome in Southern Guilford Storm at the Rockingham County Cougars' first ever baseball game here on RoCo Radio, and we are so happy to have you along. Jonathan Hatley on hand with me. Hatley, how are you doing?
I am doing great. I am looking so forward to covering baseball. I love this sport. I've loved this sport since I was a kid. This is probably the sport that I'm most comfortable with and know the most about, and I'm just looking so forward to this.
Well, we don't have to look forward to it much longer as we are about to get underway. Here's our RoCo Radio pregame show. Going to have a couple of coaches' interviews here for you, and we are so happy to have you listening in. First, we're going to start with previewing Rockingham County. So, Hadley, do you have any thoughts on Rockingham County? Haven't seen much of them yet, but what are your thoughts on them?
Well, Rockingham County has a big-time baseball tradition. You know, past state champions in 1996. I'm very familiar with that team as I had to compete against them. We've got some of their kids, nephews that are on this team. It's a proud baseball tradition here with the Cougars, and I'm looking forward to covering that. You know, we've seen a lot of these athletes that are on this Rockingham County team either on the gridiron or on the hardwood so far this season. So we're familiar with some of these kids already, which is a good thing. You know, we're going to see some familiar faces, and You'll hear some familiar names if you've listened to our basketball and football broadcasts.
So, we don't know how long the pregame show is going to last because we have no clue what's going on. So we're just going to go ahead and get right into that interview with Zach Apple, if this is the right one, I hope. I'm here with head coach of the Rockingham County Cougars Baseball Club, Coach Zach Apple. Coach Apple, how does it feel to be back at the Sam Jones Baseball Complex?
It's always good to start the season back. There's something about spring, new life, and baseball starting off this time of year, and it's always good to get back home. We started with 2 road games, so it's nice to finally have the home opener.
It's a very young season. What do you like so far?
Out of our guys, I like the fight and the grit. It's a young team yet again, so it's a lot of familiar faces from last year. So I like how we mesh as a group and kind of come together so far that I've seen from our guys. And offensively, we put together some good at-bats. Haven't had all the results that we wanted, but promising to start the year.
Anything you dislike so far in these first 2 games?
I guess selfishly that we didn't get basketball guys back right away, but as we're getting into it with the early start on the season, just trying to get through that rust and everything is something that it's a growing pain for us. So I'm just glad to have them back. Really nothing that I dislike. There's always things you can work on. Baseball is one of those games. It's a game of failure, so you can't ever be satisfied and have to always keep chasing better.
If you could keep one thing from last year and carry it over to this year, guaranteed playing-wise, what would it be?
I would have to say our defense. We played very sound defense throughout the year last year. Had a lot of guys for different reasons between injuries or just shifts of position, of having to play out of position. The adaptability and the way we play defense is something that I hope is a signature mark that carries over for us.
And inversely, if you could change something, improve on it from 2024, what would it be?
I think our biggest thing is cutting down on our strikeout total at the plate. Trying to put more balls in play, force action, try to put pressure on defense. We talk about it all the time of trying to dictate and control the tempo on both sides of the ball. And so I'd like to see us put more pressure on defense.
And finally, Coach, what are you hoping to see from Hudson Deal, your starting pitcher, tonight?
First game we were a little amped up when he threw, so I'm hoping tonight a little more settled out of the box and just filling up the zone with strikes and letting his defense work behind him and try to get us back on offense as quick as we can.
All right, that was Coach Zach Apple. Thank you so much, Coach. All right, Hatley, what's your thoughts on that?
Well, Coach Apple talked about selfishly he wished that he'd had his basketball players back. They had to go down to J.M. Robinson for the first round of the basketball playoffs, and half of his starting lineup tonight was playing in that basketball game in the first round.
Oh yeah.
So I know he's glad to have them back, and he wants them to knock the rust off quick so he can get into this season. And this being the first conference game, you definitely want to come out and win this one.
57 degrees and cloudy here in Wentworth. A lot of wind going. It says wind gusts are getting up to 17. 8-mile-per-hour winds right now. So, that may impact the game. It might impact my papers flying everywhere. Might impact a lot of things tonight.
Yeah, and when wind gets up, it can affect the ball flight when it's hit. It can even affect the pitching if it gets up high enough. I remember pitching a game here at Rockingham County in 30-mile-an-hour winds, and I couldn't get the ball to break. It was tough. It was a tough out, and I think I lasted about 2 1/3.
Yes, looking forward to bringing baseball here from the Sam Jones Baseball Complex. So happy to have you along on RoCo Radio's YouTube page. We're happy to be back in the swing of things broadcasting. We took a very long hiatus of 4 days since basketball ended, and we still got basketball going on Facebook and YouTube and RoCoRadio.com with Joe Dexter and David Woods covering Reedsville's playoff action in the round of 16.
Yeah, and the last I heard out of that game, Reedsville, they were tied at 11 at the end of the first quarter, and they jumped out to a 20-13 lead during the second with about 3 minutes left in the second. We're hoping to see the Rams go ahead and advance to the Elite Eight of the state playoffs and continue on and hopefully win that back-to-back state basketball championship. But we're here to cover baseball. We want to see Rockingham County open it up with a conference win tonight.
All right. Without further ado, we're going to go ahead and get to our Southern Guilford head coach interview. I'm here with Ethan Edwards, head coach of Southern Guilford. Coach Edwards, go ahead and tell us what your mindset is as a baseball coach heading into this game.
My mindset is just to compete and just like show up and play. We're a very young team this year, but that don't necessarily mean anything. If we show up and compete, put balls in play, and I think we can play with anybody. So just the mindset part of it is just show up and compete and do the best we can.
Who are the top guys for our listeners to be looking out for?
The top guys is Aaron Miller. He's on the mound. He's a lefty. This is a sophomore season. He had a pretty strong outing his freshman year. He posted a 3.5 ERA, and I'm really excited about him coming into this game and in the season. If he can locate his fastball and off speed, he'll be good to go. Also, you got in the 2-hole, playing left field, you got Seth Davis. He's really put the bat on the ball this year. I just look at him to be the leader of getting on base and really just starting something off.
What's Aaron Miller's biggest strength?
I think his biggest strength is just seeing it from the left side. He has a little tail on his two-seam. Just staying around the zone and just having confidence. Going up there with the mindset of, I'm going to throw a strike and get this guy out. That's the biggest strength of Aaron.
What did you learn in year one as coach of this team?
Year one, I would say is patience. Patience is key, especially with a young team and a young coach like myself. Just have confidence in these guys and just know when to coach them up and really when not to be so hard on them. And it can be a learning experience for all of us. We learn every day, and going forward, that's my biggest thing going forward as a coach.
And finally, Coach, what is the number one thing you're looking for out of your team today that you would consider a success?
Like I said, it's just to compete. We played a good Rasdale team last week. We lost 4-0, but I thought we competed. We pitched well. We played the field well. We just got to get guys on base and just have that mindset to saying we can play with anybody and just get the nerves out of the way early.
All right, thank you so much, Coach. So, hey, man, what are your initial thoughts on this Southern Guilford team?
Well, you come out, you face a left-hander. Conference opener facing a left-hander, a sophomore who put up a 3.5 ERA as a freshman in high school. Not bad numbers. That, just that different look from the opposite side of what you're used to looking at for the most part, because the majority of these pitchers are going to be right-handed. Rockingham has a left-handed pitcher as well, although he's not slated to start pitching tonight, Carter Matthews. But just you don't get a lot of batting practice from the left side in a lot of cases because your pitchers are mostly right-handed, and it's just a different look.
Batting order for the Southern Guilford Storm. Isaac Marley will lead things off. Seth Davis will follow. Aaron Miller, the pitcher, in the 3 holes. Zach Payne. Dayrens Batista? Not sure how to pronounce that first name.
Dayrens sounds about right.
Dayrens. Connor Ward, then Caleb Locklear, then Journey, and then Richardson will round out the lineup. Then on the Rockingham side of things, Nate Revis will lead things off as the second baseman, slowly followed by Luke Stripmatter, then Hudson Dill, then Nick Rumbley, Ethan Bognar, Bryson Apple, Brady Ross, Carter Matthews, Cole Behe, and Gage Rakestraw will be the catcher.
I'm looking forward to seeing Gage Rakestraw handle this pitching staff. I know his uncle was on that 96 state championship team and handled that pitching staff of Revis and the 2 Denny brothers extremely well in that state championship season.
Taking a look around the county tonight, Trinity will play at Moorhead in baseball action. Bartlett Yancey will go to Reedsville for baseball. Softball, we've got Southern Guilford at Rockingham going on right now, I think. And then in basketball, Monroe at Reedsville is underway right now on RoCo Radio. Rockingham comes into this game with a win in their first one against East Forsyth 5-1, and then a loss at Millbrook 3-11. Last year went 20-7 overall, 13-1 in the conference before losing in the conference title matchup against Atkins 2-9. Southern Guilford comes in 0-2 after losses 3-10 to Walkertown and 0-4 at Ragsdale. Last year they went 8-15 overall, 5-9 in the conference, and they lost in the first round of that conference tournament. Around the Mid-State 3A, Ben L. Smith will be taking on Atkins, who is 1-1. Dudley, who is 1-1, will be going to High Point Central, who have not played a conference game yet, and Northeast Guilford will go to Eastern Guilford, neither of which have played a conference game. So pretty much everything's even up for grabs right now in the Mid-State 3A as we have just gotten underway. First conference matchup, first home matchup for these Rockingham County Cougars.
Yeah, you open up your first couple of games on the road. You know, you get to open up your conference slate at home. That's got to be a bit of a morale booster, you know, getting to play back at your house, get your guys that were playing basketball back on the squad and ready. And after 3 quarters of play over in Reedsville, the Rams are leading the Monroe Redhawks 41-21 in basketball action. So it's looking good for Reedsville to advance to the Elite Eight in the state playoffs right now.
I prefer the non-trademark term quarterfinals.
Hey, I mean, if Sweet 16 is trademarked, we might be in trouble considering it's on the banner of the other broadcast.
I mean, I highly doubt the NCAA would sue us.
Well, let's hope not.
See, but they need a word. Like semifinals is for 4 teams, quarterfinals for 8 teams. We need a word for 16.
Octafinals?
No, that doesn't work. The semi-quarterfinals. Then, yeah, that sounds awful.
Yeah, Sweet 16 just has a nice ring to it, I hate to say.
We'll call it the third round or maybe round of 16.
Yeah, why not?
Switch things up. So we believe this Rockingham game will be starting at 7:30, but then again, we have no clue.
Yeah, right now the teams are taking infield and outfield. And
Hatley, what time did your games usually start when you were playing at McMichael?
oh, God, we started much earlier. We were starting JV games at 4 o'clock, and varsity games would start at 6:30.
Did late games like this throw you off?
I don't ever remember playing a late game in high school. I mean, it's no different. You know, your prep's the same. You have a little snack before the game early on.
What was your little snack? Goldfish?
No, usually I would drink a Jolt Cola and eat a bag of beef jerky.
What is Jolt Cola?
It was like the original energy drink, so to speak. It had double the caffeine of other sodas.
That sounds not good for your health. Yeah.
Especially when you drink 2 of them.
I drank quadruple the caffeine a regular soda contains and beef jerky. For how many baseball games? There's like 40 of them.
I think we were playing about a 20-game season.
How many years did you play, though?
Oh, I only played for a year.
Okay. I mean, that's pretty wild. That's a pretty wild diet to have for 20 games.
Well, it wasn't always beef jerky. It was usually Jolt Cola, but it wasn't always beef jerky.
Okay.
But my advantage was for home games.
I was thinking Goldfish and a Capri Sun would be my go-to.
Well, my advantage for home games was I lived 3 minutes from school. so I could just go home and eat something.
Hatley, is this your first time broadcasting a baseball game?
On-air broadcasting, yes. I have done public address announcing for baseball for the state Dixie Youth Baseball tournaments.
A little bit chilly with that 8-mile-per-hour wind. We're in the mid-50s here. The sun has set completely at about 7:06 p.m. Game was supposed to start at 7, but a little bit of a scheduling confusion for the JV game, which had to start 30 minutes late, so I believe they've pushed this one back.
And Rockingham County looking pretty solid with this infield warm-up.
Thanks for joining us here on YouTube. Make sure you subscribe to RoCo Radio. Go ahead and like this and drop your thoughts in the comments. We do a lot of fan interaction in the comments. I believe we'll probably do even more of it for baseball than, basketball and football because it's a little bit slower paced. And
oh, absolutely, yeah. You got thoughts on the situation. If you're a baseball fan, put them in the comments.
Even if you're not a baseball fan,
yeah, we can do some analysis.
Even if you don't know what a baseball is, go ahead and drop your thoughts in the comments. Rockingham wearing their white uniforms with black numbers on them for today's game, as Southern Guilford will now warm up. American flag flies right behind center field. That is beautiful.
Oh, yeah, and it's blowing in that breeze. Not quite straightened out, but you can see it full effect. It's a beautiful sight.
Looking forward to tonight's game on RoCo Radio starting at about 7:30. Pre-game show is underway. As that American flag flies in the background. Got Rockingham taking on Southern Guilford here tonight. See? Friendly.
I can handle friendly.
Umpire came over and
spoke to
asked us how we were doing. Going to call a very good ball game tonight. Here at the Sam Jones Baseball Complex. Coach of Southern Guilford, Ethan Edwards, played high school baseball for Southern Guilford. Joined Southern Guilford as an assistant for 3 years before being named head coach following the 2023 season in late June. His brother Evan played for Southern Guilford as well. Went to Spartanburg Methodist for 2 years and then transferred to NC State for his junior and senior season before being drafted 111th overall by the Miami Marlins in 2019. He was traded to the Tampa Bay Rays in 2021 in the minors still and made it to AAA with the Durham Bulls. He's now with the High Point Rockers trying to work his way back up.
That's quite a jump in levels to go from Durham AAA to go down to the Rockers, which is, I don't know, are they low A or are they rookie ball now? I'm not even sure.
I thought they were independent.
They could be.
Yeah, I don't think they're minor league.
Either way, he spent some seasons playing baseball and getting paid to do it.
Yep. Had to play for 2 organizations. Hatley, if you were in the minors, would you want to play for one team or multiple?
I mean, if I found an organization that I was happy with, I would want to work my way up through that organization to the highest level that I could and stick with them.
No, but like, if they told you before you started playing, you could get traded in your 3rd year, not you leaving them, but how would you feel about that?
Well, I mean, you're susceptible to that anyway when you're a professional ball player. It's one of those things that you just got to take it as it comes, and you do what you have to do to keep playing.
I think I'd like being able to say that I played for multiple organizations that wanted me.
But then again, you got your guys like Derek Jeter, spent his whole career in the Yankees organization.
Yeah. Well, no, saying if I didn't have a Derek Jeter career, if I started
be a journeyman, yeah.
No. If you told me I could play 8 years of minor ball, never going to make it to the majors, sure, I'd play for a couple of organizations rather than just one.
Oh yeah. I wouldn't want to spend my entire minor league career playing for, just for instance, the Winston-Salem Dash or whomever.
It took you that long to think of a minor league team in North Carolina? We've got 10 of them.
Well, I don't want you thinking I'm speaking bad about the Hoppers.
You don't want to offend me. Okay.
I mean, I've got no problem with these minor league organizations. They have had some massive talents come through them.
I meant, I would want to play for, say, the Pirates. Say I was moving up and down between Bradenton and Greensboro and Altoona.
Oh, yeah.
I would also want to play for, I don't know, the Tampa Bay Rays.
Yeah, and let me play for the Port St. Lucie Mets or
just a couple be able to say, oh, yeah, that team on TV, I was with them.
Work my way up, maybe play in Durham for the Bulls.
We're in Chicago. A lot of baseball/basketball.
The Birmingham Barons following the footsteps of Michael Jordan.
Yeah.
I think that'd be a cool thing to say, hey, I played for the same team as Michael Jordan.
See, Michael Jordan obviously thought it was cool because he wouldn't have stopped winning 8 rings in a row to do it.
Although I would be really, really hesitant at this point to want to play for the White Sox organization.
Hey, man, at least you can say you did it.
Hey, that's true. I could say I played in the professional baseball. I could say I played in the major leagues on a team that lost 120 games.
Or if you played for the minors, you could say, I couldn't even make it to the majors with the White Sox. That's got to be the really worst
That would
position.
sting.
That
would sting. It's like, Lord, they're the worst team in the majors, and I couldn't even make it up to the majors with them.
Yeah, that's where it gets rough.
But, I mean, major league rosters are 26 players, and you've got 32 teams. So you've got the 26 best guys on the 32 best teams, theoretically, every season.
It's hard to work it up
That's a
there.
very small talent pool.
I believe Southern Guilford recently beat Ragsdale, and yeah, I think that's what they were saying. I think Ragsdale's coach might be a former alumni of Southern Guilford who was drafted to the let me check it real quick. But they recently lost to Ragsdale.
Yeah, it took a 4-0 loss to Ragsdale. Now we got the managers meeting at home plate with the umpires.
Okay, here we go. Ragsdale staff. No. Let me check past years. 2023-24. Did I get it? Considering they don't even have a staff section on here, it's kind of hard to tell.
Oh, that's odd.
I don't know where I got that fact from, but I have no clue where this is going. Like, seriously, this is hurting my brain. Why did I think somebody was the coach of Ragsdale? We're finding this right now. Coaches meeting at home plate, we're going to find this out. Ragsdale baseball coach. All right, guys. This is going to torture me for the rest of the night. We'll hand it over to the PA announcer for this.
At this time, we'll introduce the players starting with Southern Guilford. First, the reserves, Wade Chase. Y'all would come out and stand on the first base line. Julian Cadeo, and if I say these names wrong, I apologize up front. Number 2, Christian McKay, sorry. Number 5, Gavin Evans. Number 7, Alex Sanchez. Number 10, Caden Robinson. Number 14, Jesse Worrell. Number 16, Gavin Humphrey. And now for your starting lineup, batting first, playing center field, number 1, Isaac Marley. Batting second, playing left field, number 6, Seth Davis. Batting third, pitching, number 12, Aaron Miller. Batting fourth, playing third base, number 11, Zach Payne. Batting fifth, doing the catching, number 9, Darren Batista. Batting sixth, the DH, number 3, Connor Ward. Connor's DHing for the first baseman, number 15, Nashawn Overby. Batting seventh, playing shortstop, number 13, Caleb Locklear. Batting eighth, playing second base, number 8, Houston Journey. And batting ninth, playing right field, number 4, Jaden Richardson. And now for your Rockingham County Cougars. First for the reserves, number 8, Mario Garcia. Number 9, Gavin Goots. Number 18, Henrik Borkheim. Number 19, Dylan Long. Number 21, Alex Page. And now your starting lineup. Batting first, playing second base, Nate Revis, number 4. Batting second, playing center field, number 10, Luke Stripmatter. Batting third, the pitcher, number 15, Hudson Deal. Batting fourth, playing first base, number 3, Nick Rumley. Batting fifth, the DH, number 17, Ethan Bognar. Bognar's DHing for the catcher, number 12, Gage Rakestraw. Batting sixth, the shortstop, number 13, Bryson Apple. Batting seventh, the left fielder, number 7, Brady Ross. Batting eighth, the right fielder, number 5, Carter Matthews. And batting ninth, the third baseman, number 11, Cole Behe. At this time, if you're able, please stand and remove your hats as we honor America with the national anthem.
All right, here at the Sam Jones Baseball Complex, Southern Guilford at the Rockingham County Cougars. Starting things off on the mound for your Cougars will be Hudson Deal. Warming up with Gage Drakestraw right now. Deal, 6 foot 200 junior, 2-time All-Conference and 2024 Player of the Year.
He's got some good zip on that fastball.
Thanks for joining us on RoCo Radio's YouTube page. Please subscribe, like, share this, and go ahead and leave a comment. Whatever you have to say, go ahead and drop it in those comments. Leading off for Southern Guilford will be Isaac Marley, the center fielder, one of 2 seniors on the roster. Very young team. Reedsville Rams just took down whoever they were playing.
Monroe Redhawks.
51-35 to move on to the quarterfinals of the state tournament, seeking back-to-back basketball titles for the first time in school history.
For their efforts in getting us a brand new scoreboard for this season and many seasons beyond. I really appreciate those efforts by the Boosters board. And I'd also like to ask for your patience as we learn how to operate it. If you were here for the JV game, you saw we had a couple of instances where we had to reset the clock or reset the scoreboard. So we're going to do our best. We're learning, and just be patient with us.
All right, stepping up to the plate is Isaac Marley. Steps in to the right-handed batter's box. Here's Deal. Deal offers. First one's high. 1-0 count. Pitch number 2 of the night. Inside, 2-0 count. 0-0 ball game here in the top of the first inning.
And Deal starting off from the stretch tonight.
Third offering is inside once again.
Nearly
now
hit him.
3-0 count.
Marley's showing no fear. He's right up on the plate.
Fourth pitch.
Guess they
And
said that one was
four-ball walk.
upstairs too.
So jogging to first base will be Isaac Marley.
Now batting number 6, Seth Davis on deck. Number 12, Aaron.
4-pitch walk there for Deal.
Seth Davis jogs to the plate.
Marley's out to a good lead.
First one down the plate. And his first strike here at the Rock of the season. 0-1 for Seth Davis. Bunt attempt. Lays it down. Toss to first base. Hudson Deal does a nice job there of putting a stop to that one. Runner advances.
Davis stays in second base.
Isaac Marley moves to second base.
Second. Now batting number 12, Aaron Miller on deck. Number 11, Zach Payne.
Good sacrifice. Moved the runner into scoring position.
Now Aaron Miller, the pitcher tonight, will step up to the plate.
First lefty Deal's had to face tonight.
Swing and a miss. Still 0-0. Runner on second. One out in the top of the first. 0-1 count. Open stance. Thought about it. Pass ball. And advancing to third will be Isaac Marley, who thinks about coming home, but he'll stay put at third base.
Called strike on the play. So Deal up 0-2 over Miller.
Miller, who plays football as a wide receiver, D-back, and outside linebacker. Takes that one high, 1-2.
He thought about it. He looked like he wanted that one. Good idea by Deal to try to get him to chase one.
The pitch, and a swing and a miss, strikeout. Out number 2 of the first inning. Zach Payne comes up to the plate with Isaac Marley on third base, trying to keep the inning alive, and Hudson Deal trying to get out of this thing unscathed. First pitch, down the plate for a strike.
Caught that low inside corner. Good pitch from Deal.
Second pitch to the lefty.
Buried that
Nice
one down
one
low,
there.
too.
Now 0-2 count. 2 down. Hudson Deal has a chance with a runner on third to leave him stranded.
And he wants to work his way out of this.
Big opportunity to show what he's made of.
Try to
High.
get him to chase again.
1-2. What I call a pitcher's count.
A 1-2 is absolutely a pitcher's count. You can go breaking ball. You can go fastball in on the hands.
That one
Try to get him fishing.
doesn't get
Little
there.
up.
Now it's 2-2, an even count with 2 down. Two outs, man on third here in the top of the first. 2-2 count. Swings on it.
Chopper
Gets
to
it
short.
And across the diamond for the out, Nick Rumbley makes the connection. Heading into the bottom half of the first inning, still a 0-0 ball game. Isaac Marley got to third base, but Zach Payne's ground out from 6-3 puts nothing on the scoreboard.
No runs, no hits, 1 left on third. 15-pitch inning for Deal.
Due up is Nate Revis, Luke Stripmatter, and Hudson Deal.
8 strikes and 7 balls for Deal in that inning.
Bit of a windy night here at Sam Jones Baseball Complex in Wentworth. Aaron Miller will pitch for the Southern Guilford Storm.
You know, we heard Coach Edwards speak before the game about the tail on Miller's fastball. I'm seeing a little bit in warm-ups. Little cutter, it's going to go away from the right-handers and into the left-handed batters. Got decent movement on the ball, seems to keep it down. She might be holding back in warm-ups, but I'm not seeing anything to be too alarmed about with velocity.
Nate Revis steps up to the plate wearing number 4. The second baseman, 5'9", 145 senior, steps into that right-handed batter's box with a slightly open stance. First pitch.
Cutter fouled back.
0-1 count.
Revis
0-0
wanted it
ball
early.
game here in the bottom of the first. Revis takes that one low. 1-1 count.
Good tail and movement, just a little low.
Pitch number 3. Low, but Revis swung on it. 1-2 count. Here in the bottom of the first, still a 0-0 ball game. Revis hammers that one. Bounces out of the third baseman's glove, and he'll reach first base.
Scored an E5.
Went against Zach Payne.
And Revis on
Popped
first.
right out of his glove.
High chopper. He went to field it over his head, and it just popped out of the glove.
Luke Stripmatter wearing number 10. Wore number 2 in football and basketball. He has a man on first base, 0-0 ball game, and no outs. First one down the plate for a strike.
Stripmatter's going to dig in down a strike.
Second pitch of the at-bat.
It was a breaking ball.
Nails it. Going for third is Nate Revis as he gets out on first base. So Revis is safe, and a nice job, nice placement there by Luke Stripmatter.
And they just barely got Stripmatter at first.
Great job by Stripmatter, and now Revis is in scoring position. Hudson Deal with a big opportunity here.
Yeah, Hudson Deal would like to help himself out here.
That one
Chops
goes
it
foul. 0-0 ball game. Nate Revis on third here in the bottom of the first at the Rock. One man down.
Cougars coming out swinging early. They want to hit this ball. Not looking at a lot of pitches.
Hudson Deal steps back in. Smacks that one out there way high into center field. Drops into his glove, and Nate Revis will race home. A beautifully placed throw, and the catcher gets him.
Wow.
What a job there. Isaac Marley with a catch deep in center field. He makes the throw to Batista at home plate to turn a double play and send us to the top half of the second inning. Thoughts on that play, Hatley?
Marley's got a cannon. That's my thoughts.
Goodness gracious.
That was a beautiful throw. I mean, that was well into center. I'm guessing that was 280 feet.
And I don't even think
he threw
it
it on a rope. No, it did
job.
not even hop. Beautiful throw. And he had him by 10 feet.
Crazy. What'd you say? Yeah. But I don't think I could have made that throw.
That's a lot of years of baseball in that throw,
I don't
buddy.
think most baseball players could have made that throw. Umpire just told us that Nate got a little bit of a late start on that third base.
He did.
Even if he didn't, though. Still a great throw. Now, if you hear us jump, Hatley lets out a slight squeal. It's because we're literally right behind that fence. We're the backstop. So if it comes flying at us, we are going to think that it's killing us.
Things off in the top of the second for Southern Guilford will be number 9, Batista, on deck.
Well, nothing going into the
Here comes Darren Batista, who was on the receiving end of that double play to bring us to the second inning. Swings on the first one, outside, and missed it.
just blown by him.
0-1 count. Deal. Delivers again.
Another one.
Ooh.
Right down the middle at the knees.
Now it's 0-2.
Beautiful pitch. He can bury him down in the zone. He's going to have a very good night.
Just
that was just off.
And now a 1-2 count.
Excellent pitch there. Good take by Batista.
Batista thinks about it. Here's the pitch. Swing
and a miss.
Strikeout. Nice job by Deal, securing his second strikeout of the night. And with one down, it's a 0-0 ball game here in the top half of the second inning. Coming up to the plate for the first time tonight is Connor Ward. Ward whirls his back around. His bat around and takes a strike.
Down the middle.
Oh-1. Second pitch. Outside.
Oh, that's a strike.
A strike.
Called strike on that outside corner.
0-2 count now. Big
Excellent
moment here for
pitch.
Deal. Swing and a miss. Another strikeout. Back-to-back Ks as Caleb Locklear will come up to the plate.
Number 13, Caleb Locklear on deck. Number 8, Houston Gurney. Just got word they got hot pizza in the concession stand.
Houston Journey on deck as Locklear steps in. Locklear, who plays quarterback and D-back. Will foul that
Foul
one
down
off.
the right side.
Line drive foul. 0-1.
He was late getting around on that when it went over the first base dugout.
Very close to the plate with his stance as that one's outside. And a 1-1 count now.
Yeah, these Southern Guilford hitters have been right up on top of the plate tonight.
Third pitch of the at-bat is a swing and a miss. Throwing these pitches outside. And now 1-2. Big opportunity to strike out the side for Hudson Deal.
He's working that outside corner. And there's
And
another
he got
one.
him. Hudson Deal strikes out the side, all of them swinging. As we head to the bottom half of the second inning, due up for your Rockingham County Cougars, Nick Rumbley, Ethan Bugnar, and Bryson Apple. Go ahead and let us know what you're thinking in the comments. Middle of the second inning, 0-0 ball game.
Hudson Deal with 11 pitches in that inning. 9 strikes and just 2 balls. And that's 4 strikeouts on the game already for Deal after
Crazy.
2 innings.
Left a runner stranded on third.
Yeah, pitched his way out of a jam in the first and not even threatened in the second. One person made contact. And big Nick Rumbley, the UNC commit, will lead off the inning for the Cougars.
Leading things off in the bottom of the second for Rockingham will be number 3, Nick Rumley. On deck, number
UNC baseball commit will step into that right-handed batter's box.
You got to think Rumbley wants to start this inning off right.
We'll start this game off right. Outside, 1-0 count. Out of the catcher's glove. Batista behind home plate right now. Rumbley takes the second pitch outside, but a strike
Called
call.
strike.
1-1. Lefty versus righty, pitcher versus hitter right now, as Rumbley
On the
takes
outside
it outside
corner.
again. Umpire seems to be calling it a little bit wider strike zone when it's outside. Now a 1-2 count.
Apparently catching the front of that.
That one bounces back.
It's apparently catching
2-2.
that front outside corner.
2 balls, 2 strikes for Nick Rumbley. Even count with 0 down here in the bottom half of the second inning. Still it's high ball game, 0-0. Fouls it off.
Rumbley fighting.
Keeps the at-bat alive. Rumbley steps in. Even stance. Swing and a miss. And that'll send him back to the dugout. 1 down.
Rumley strikes out for the first out. Now batting number 17, Ethan Bognar. On deck, number 13, Bryson Apple.
DH Ethan Bognar is going to step into the box now.
One down, 0-0 ball game. Thanks for joining us on RoCo Radio. Sends that one
Fly
way
to right.
out there. Looks like he'll get under it, though. Nobody dropped it. Big error there as Bognar gets to second base. Unforced error on Jaden Richardson, the senior. Just popped out of his glove. And that results in a man in scoring position with just one out here in the bottom of the second inning.
Now Bryson Apple, shortstop, will step up.
Apple with an even stance, close to the plate, in that right-handed batter's box. Will take that one high and outside to make it a 1-0 count.
Yeah, very up and away on that one.
Bognar has to tag back up to second base.
Threw it into center field, but the center fielder's backing it up, and we've already seen his arm.
May get in the head of Aaron Miller, though. I mean, seriously, if you got to watch the man on second base, that's not easy.
Well, it was a decent pickoff move. The shortstop didn't come up with it, and the center fielder came in to back it up, and he called it clean. And Bognar made the correct decision in not trying to run to third on that one.
One 1-0 count, one down here in the bottom half of the second inning. Still a 0-0 ball game with Bognar on second base. Fouls that one back.
Straight back.
1-1.
One count now to Apple.
Here's the sophomore. Takes it inside for a strike.
Caught that low inside corner.
Now a 1-2 count with one down in the bottom half of the second inning.
And there was a tail on that fastball. It caught that back corner. Good cut.
No relation to Zach Apple, by the way, his coach. As Bryson Apple sends that one way out there to right field. He drops in front of him.
For a hit.
Apple stops at first base. No, he's going to go to second.
Advances on the throw.
Goes to third. So now two runners in scoring position after that nice hit by Apple. Runners on second and third as Brady Ross will step up to the plate. Ross also plays basketball and football. Described by his basketball coach as very resilient, and you need that for baseball. One down, two men in scoring position as he steps forward. Inside.
Shining his shoes.
Drops out of the glove of his catcher, Batista, who recovers quickly.
Yeah, he gives up a pass ball here, and that's going to score a run.
A lot of real estate behind that catcher.
Oh, yeah, this is a long backstop.
Fouls that one off.
Out of play.
1-1 count. So an even count for Ross. He's going to step out and regroup. Bognar on third. Bryson Apple on second after Apple's double. Here's Ross. He powers that one out there, but it's foul.
It's going to clear the fence. Out of play.
1-2 count as Ross steps back in. 2 runners in scoring position, just 1 out here in the bottom half of the second inning, trying to put the first runs on the board for either team. He nails it to center field. Makes the grab, though.
Wow.
And that Revis play has caused some PTSD as Bognar decides to stay.
Yeah,
put
that was
at
a
third
shallow
base.
line drive fly ball on that one. He was much closer to home plate on that one than he was on the one that he threw Revis out on.
So now with 2 down, Carter Matthews, the senior, will step up to the plate. 2 down, 2 men in scoring position. Matthews swings and misses on the first pitch. Matthews. That one bounces into the catcher's glove.
Little ball hit the big ball there.
1-1 count. Second one is outside. Second ball, that is. And now a hitter's count for Carter Matthews.
Yeah, up 2-1. You're looking for a hittable pitch here.
Matthews, the righty, takes it inside
No
and
one in the
stealing
dirt.
Home. He's going to slide,
And
he's
made it.
in. What a job there by Bognar. And it's now 1-0 in favor of the Rockingham County Cougars.
And the pass ball costs the Storm a run.
Decided to go for it.
Heads up base running by Bognar, though.
Miller was just a little bit late getting off that mound and running home. And it's now 1-0 for the Cougars.
And a 3-1 count to Matthews.
Double steal, runner on third as time is called.
As Matthews thought he was making him wait a little bit long, called timeout.
Powers that one down the right line, drops out of the hand of his baseman.
Recovers
but he puts
and
it
makes the
across
throw.
diamond. 5-3 right there. At the end of 2 innings, it's 1-0 for the Rockingham County Cougars. After a nice play by Ethan Bognar, advancing to home on the pass ball, makes it 1-0.
Now, 1 run on 1 hit. And 1 man left on. Now Aaron Miller at 28 pitches on the day has given up 1 run.
Two innings are in the books. Hatley, what stands out to you?
Just a few defensive errors on the part of the Storm to give the Cougars the lead here. If they play clean defense, this is a tie ball game right now. And the Cougar defense has been pretty impeccable. Just the 1 walk allowed, and Southern Guilford trying to play small ball. They sacrifice the man up to second. He gets third on the passed ball, but can't make anything of it. And then Deal comes and strikes out the entire side in the second.
First pitch is a ball for Houston Journey. 1-0 count. 1-0 ball game for the Rockingham County Cougars.
Yeah,
Taking
well
on the Southern
outside.
Guilford Storm in their home opener. That one lined out and past
gets
the
past
glove.
third.
So now infielding from left field. That'll be a leadoff single in inning number 3.
Yeah, Journey just pulled that one down the left field line, and he couldn't quite get to it.
Jaden Richardson steps into the right-handed batter's box.
Number 9 hitter before the top of the order comes back up.
Bunt attempt pulled back, and they may have caught him in a rundown at first
Definitely
and second
caught
base.
him in a rundown. And Nick
Looks like he
Rumbly
got
runs
him.
him down.
Nice job by Nick Rumbly, sending Houston Journey journeying back to the dugout. 1 down. Top of the 3rd inning. Still a 1-0 lead for the Cougars, but the difference now is nobody's on base. Jaden Richardson steps back in with a 1-0-1 count. Outside for the ball.
And the 2-3-6-3 play on the rundown gets Rockingham County their first out of the inning.
Way outside. 2-1 now. Hitters count for Richardson.
Deal looks to be overthrowing just slightly.
Richardson takes
Much
it down
better
the middle
pitch there.
and strike. 2-2. That one is in the dirt, and we've now got a full count for the first time today, I believe.
Yep, first full count.
That pitch, way outside, but he swung on it.
Nearly hit the light pole, foul.
Love to know where that baseball ended up. I think it went back to Eden.
It was going that direction.
Richardson steps back in. Swing and a miss.
Strikeout swinging.
He caught him. 4th strikeout in a row and 5th of the 9 batters he's faced.
Now the top of the order back up with Marley.
That one.
Good breaking
Oh.
ball.
Now an 0-1 count with 2 down.
Deal just dropped that one off the table right into the zone. Good
Fouled
fastball,
back.
fouled back.
And now 0-2. Nobody on base. Top half of the 3rd inning. Southern Guilford down 0-1. Fouls it.
Another
Keeps
foul
the at-bat
back.
alive and the inning. Number 1 will step back in. Black uniforms, gray numbers and lining. Big Storm letters in black across the chest.
Ooh, that was a dirty breaking
Beautiful
ball.
breaking ball. Right into the chest of Gage Rakestraw. but they
Just
don't
came
call it
across a little high.
strike.
Just high, barely above the letters.
Fouls that one back. Still 1-2 count with 2 down in the top of the 3rd. 1-0 lead for Rockingham in the first conference game of the year. Thanks for joining us on YouTube. Make sure you like, subscribe, and go ahead and leave a comment, whatever your thoughts are. That went inside for a ball.
Tried another
Chest
breaking
high.
ball, and that one hung up.
Even count. Marley drives that one out there into left field. Brady Ross comes down with it.
Ross with the catch.
He wears number 7 and makes the catch
And that'll retire
at
the
position
side.
number 7. Just a great pitching performance from Hudson Deal so far. No runs allowed, 3 innings in. Heading into the bottom half of the 3rd inning, it's 1-0. Rockingham County Cougars with the lead at their home opener here at the Sam Jones Baseball Complex. Cole Behe gets ready to bat for the first time. I didn't even flinch. That ball came right towards our computer. The fence stopped it.
Never paid it any mind.
Like a real man.
And we just heard from the PA announcer that the Rockingham County Cougar softball team up 6-0 after 3 innings.
Not a big shock there.
No. No, not at all.
They beat them by a combined 18-1 last year and allowed 2 hits overall. So,
Yeah, it's bad when your starting pitcher out-hits the entire opposing team.
yeah, 4-2 in those games.
But there's a reason that Ava Grace Pruitt's committed to UNC for softball.
Melita in the comments, that's what the backstop fence is for. So Melita was with me in my Lucky's days. She remembers how much we would hate when those balls would come flying directly back at us. Don't you, Melita? First pitch of the bottom of the 3rd is nailed out there to
That's
deep
going to
right
drop.
center,
That's going to drop.
and
It's
it
in the
does
gap.
drop.
Oh, but they fielded it
Put
clean.
First.
Good single there for Behe.
And that sends us back up to the top of the lineup with Nate Revis. So a man on first.
So why you want to
1-0
start an
lead
inning?
in the
First
bottom of the
batter,
3rd.
first pitch, get on base.
Revis shows a bunt, pulls it back, and
Ball
takes
one.
the ball. Good job there.
Yeah, showing bunt that early. Back in the old days, that would get you thrown at.
He does it again. Gosh, Hatley. Pulls back and will swing on it. Goes to the pitcher. Going to try to turn a double play.
Takes the force.
What you call a reverse sacrifice.
Well, it's called a fielder's choice.
It's called sacrificing your teammate. You got to come up with different ways to describe stuff when you're a commentator. So
I'll stick with baseball terms.
you just put no. You got to create the new baseball terms. You got to put sacrifice in there and then put sacrifice his teammate.
And Melita Hatley, she spent a lot of time behind those backstop fences as well, and so did I, along with her in a lot of cases.
So 1 down, 1-0 count. That pitch is high. Steal attempt here by Revis.
Looks like he's in there clean.
Nice job.
So Revis gets himself into scoring position after the stolen base. And Strip Matter with a 2-0 count.
Strip Matter. Takes it
That's
outside.
off the plate.
Now a 3-0 count. Got a man in scoring position in Nate Revis.
Yeah, I don't see Coach Apple giving him the green light here, but anything's possible. Nope, no green light there.
Extended hitters count, though, for Strip Matter, wearing number 10 tonight as he steps back in. Even stance.
That one's in the dirt.
And we'll head to first base. Base on balls. And, you know, if you're Nate Revis, you're kind of sad because your steal didn't really matter. Not really. I mean,
Hey, stolen bases count on the stat sheet, and they put you in scoring position.
Bottom of the third. 1 down, 2 men on base, and a 1-0 lead for the Rockingham County Cougars.
And Hudson Deal with 2 on would love to help himself out here.
Thought about it.
And he went. Called strike.
Nate Revis on second, Luke Stripmatter on first, and Hudson Deal at the Pentagon.
That's a pass
and
ball.
Bounces back. Revis is going to go to third. Thinks about going further as Stripmatter, and he stay put. Stripmatter will go to second. So now 2 runners in scoring position if you're Hudson Deal.
Yeah, Deal wants to definitely pick up at least 1 here. But a base hit should pick up 2 as long as you don't hit it to center.
Deal.
Another one in the dirt.
2-1 hitters count now. Deal steps back in. Pitcher versus pitcher right now. Lefty versus righty. Hammers that one out of the third baseman's glove, but it popped back in. That'll score Nate Revis.
He recovered and got the out.
Stripmatter moves to third. Bounced into the glove of Zach Payne, then popped back into it. He made an error earlier tonight.
On a similar play.
But it's now a 2-0 lead for the Rockingham County Cougars as Nate Revis steps on home plate for the first time.
And Deal picks up an RBI on the ground out. Helps his cause. He's up 2 runs now. Stripmatter advanced to third on the play. That one's fouled out of the right field fence.
With 2 down here in the bottom of the third, Nate Revis has just scored, and Nick Rumbley trying to add to the damage with a man on third. Takes it outside.
Oh, outside
Strike.
corner. Called strike. And Rumbley finds himself in an 0-2 hole for the second time tonight.
Rumbley takes it low and keeps the inning alive.
It's not hard to get one low on somebody that tall.
Sends that one out there to second base, who
It's
fumbles the
booted.
ball, and Rumbley's going
Sticks
to
it
make
in
their
his
save
pocket.
and score Luke Stripmatter to make it a 3-0 ball game in favor of the Cougars. A lot of errors here tonight.
Yeah, an error on the second baseman costs him another run.
A couple of fumbled plays from third. Second baseman just did it. We saw one in right field earlier.
Right fielder had one.
Routine fly ball was missed. And it's now a 3-0 lead for Rockingham with 2 down. Man
they
on
booted
first.
some pretty routine plays. But if you're the Rockingham County Cougars, you know, you'll take runs how you can get them.
1-0 count. Second pitch is way outside.
That may have been the hardest pitch he's thrown all night, but it was well out of the zone.
And if you're their pitcher, Milner, you've got to be frustrated here. I mean, he should have thrown at least a dozen less pitches than he's had to. Swinging a miss right there by Bognar.
Yeah, as a pitcher, if your defense is struggling behind you and you're getting ground balls and you're getting routine flies and they're not getting the outs, that is extremely frustrating as a pitcher.
That pitch is nailed. He sends it deep into left field. Who missed it? He misses it. Going past third, it's Nick Rumbley, who's thinking about going home, and he's going. Rumbley will go all the way, cut off man at third, slides, and he's in there. What a job.
Hard double to left for Bogner, and he gets Rumbley around.
RBI double makes it 4-0 for the Rockingham County Cougars. In left field, it was Seth Davis who just wasn't able to get to it.
Yeah, I don't know if he misjudged it, but he couldn't make a clean play on it. Just never got to where the ball was.
Bryson Apple steps in. Apple with a man in scoring position at second base. Ethan Bognar, who's having a quietly very good game. Takes that one low as Bognar is going to try to advance on pass ball, and he slides in there. Caught the catcher sleeping. Just got a slight lead on Batista as Batista tried to cover the ball, and Bognar just charged to third base.
Right, and Bryson Apple already 1-1 tonight. Would love to knock in this fifth Cougar run.
Was he the one who knocked in Bognar last inning, or no, he was on base with him? That one too low. And I believe that's now a 2-0 count. Still 2 down here in the bottom of the third, but Rockingham hasn't let that get in their heads. That one.
Another ball. That one low. 3-0 count.
Apple takes it outside for a strike.
Yep, outside corner. Umpire's been calling that same pitch all night a strike.
Yeah, as long as he's consistent.
He is consistent, extremely.
And that one's nailed
Grounded
to the shortstop. Doesn't fumble that one. Throw across the plate. He is good.
Routine 6-3 for the third out.
But not before 3 runs were scored. In inning number 3, we head to the top half of the 4th inning. 4-0 for the Rockingham County Cougars. Thanks for joining us on RoCo Radio. Happy to have you along. Reidsville took down Monroe, and we'll move on to the 4th round, the quarterfinals of the NCHSAA playoffs for basketball. Joe David and David Woods brought you the call tonight, so if you're joining us after them, we're happy to have you here on YouTube for continued Rockingham County sports action.
Through 3 innings, Hudson Dale will come back out onto the mound. He's only thrown 42 pitches tonight. A pretty low pitch count for his first 3 innings. So you got to think that Coach Apple will stick with him for at least another inning or 2 unless he starts to struggle, which he's been pretty lights out tonight. Has given up no hits. Or, excuse me, 1 hit. Gave up a hit to Journey to lead off the 3rd. And Seth Davis
will step in.
Davis sacrificed bunted in his first plate appearance, so officially 0 for 0. Strike 1. Great pitch, low in the zone.
Way outside. 1-1 count. Still 4-0 Rockingham County Cougars in the driver's seat as Seth Davis leads off this 4th inning for the Southern Guilford Storm. That one inside has to
Came in
dodge
a
the
little
ball.
tight on that one.
Now a 2-1 count. That one
Just off the corner.
didn't call it there. 3-1 count now. Davis. Down the plate for a strike to make it a full count.
Payoff pitch.
That
Called
one.
strike three.
He got him frozen there.
Davis goes down looking for the first down. Now batting number 12, Aaron Miller for that. Number 11, Zach Payne.
Now Miller will step up.
Fouled way up there.
That's going to go out of play behind us.
Oh, 1 count. 1 down here in the top of the 4th. Southern Guilford down 0-4 on the game after 3 runs were scored in the bottom half of the 3rd inning. Right down
Good
the plate.
breaking ball from Deal. Strike
Christian.
2. Just jelly-legged him.
0-2 count. That one is
Just off the plate.
So close.
Just missed.
1-2 count with
Great
1 down.
pitch there for Deal. Just barely missed the black.
Top half of the 4th. That pitch.
There's a strikeout looking.
Now coming up is Zach Payne, the sophomore. Sophomore third baseman steps up.
His first plate appearance, he grounded out to short to end the 1st inning.
Still 4-0 as he will
Foul it off.
to the left. Hudson Deal steps back onto the mound. Whoa. What? Okay. I just looked over and saw Joe Dexter and David Woods. Nope, I'm good. Inside.
Just off the plate.
This ain't nerve-wracking at all.
It's a baseball game, Jay.
Hadley, you want to take over for the 4th?
Deal winds up, fires.
And he'll line
Grounder.
that one to short. Makes a nice play. Bends to a knee. Nice throw.
Off. You got to give him a single on that one.
Pulled him off the bag at first.
Even if the throw had been on the money, I think you beat it.
Oh, my gosh. They just threw the bat.
Apple had a
No,
little.
David, I don't want a hot dog right now. I'm broadcasting.
Apple had a little trouble coming up with that one out of his glove and fired it over, but didn't get it there in time.
Thanks for joining us on YouTube. Happy to have you along. As that one's
Fouled
fouled
straight
back.
back.
Still 4-0 in favor of your Rockingham County Cougars. 2 down, a man on first.
Batista at the plate, who struck out swinging in the 2nd inning.
Here's the catcher. Slightly open stance. Takes it down
Another
the middle
one
for a
off
strike.
the outside corner and called strike.
0-2
Beautiful
count.
pitch. Oh, 2 count. It's that same pitch that they've been getting all night.
Batista takes it outside.
Breaking ball off the plate.
1-2 count.
Good thought by Deal. Trying to
Pitcher's
catch him
count.
with the. Trying to get him with the breaking ball off the plate.
Takes a glance back to first base. The righty puts it down the
Swing and a
middle
miss.
and freezes him. We head to the bottom half of the fourth inning. 4-0 ball game. Rockingham County Cougars in command. Nice body of work from Hudson Deal. For us or for them?
Deal. Well, in the top of the fourth, Southern Guilford comes up with one hit, strands him at first, and Deal 3 strikeouts in the inning, 2 of them looking. Just a phenomenal pitching performance so far from Deal. 8 strikeouts over 4 innings.
Aaron Miller warms up for the Southern Guilford Storm. Southern Guilford wearing very dark navy uniforms, white stripe across the chest that says Southern. Gray numbers, white lining on their jerseys. Rockingham wearing their white uniforms, kind of similar to they're basically their copy and paste version of their basketball and football home uniforms with those black numbers and white all up and down. Brady Ross will step up. Ross steps up. Outside, 1-0 count. Four 4-0 lead for the Rockingham County Cougars in the bottom of the fourth as Brady Ross leads things off. Steps back in.
Ross flew to center in his first plate appearance.
He flew to
that
center.
was wild.
2-0 count. Ross. Will swing, and he
Inside
hammers
out
that one out to
swing,
right
finds
field.
the hole.
Stops at first base. Lead off fourth inning single.
Ross singles to right.
Took that ball in off his hands, just swung inside out, poked it between first and second for the base hit.
Carter Matthews steps up to the plate. Cole Behe moves into the on-deck circle.
Matthews grounded to third in the second inning.
Matthews just played a week ago in the NCHSAA basketball tournament. He is going to swing and miss on the first pitch.
Another member of that Cougar boys basketball team that just got started after they were eliminated.
0-1 count, 0 outs. Brady Ross on first base and a 4-0 lead for the Rockingham County Cougars. Pickoff attempt, but he tags up.
Decent move there from Miller, just didn't have a lot of zip on the throw.
Matthews steps up into the right-handed batter's box. Miller still with an eye on first base as Matthews is going to send it down the third base line. 5-3.
Got handcuffed, but advanced Ross to second.
Matthews grounds out to the third baseman for the first down. Does advance Ross over to second. Now batting number 11, Cole Behe on deck.
And Behe singled to right center in his first plate appearance. Opened up the third with that single that nearly got into the gap.
4-0 ball game here in the bottom half of the fourth. Rockingham with a man on second and one down. Cole Behe had to lift his back foot to avoid getting hit by a pitch there.
Yeah, Miller tried to shine his shoes with that one.
Behe steps back in. Very windy here at Sam Jones Baseball Complex as he sends that
Behe
one
with another one
into
to
deep right
basically
field.
the same spot.
It drops in front of him. It drops in front of him.
Misjudged.
Moving past third base is Brady Ross, who's going to go home.
Behe's going for 3.
And
he'll make it standing.
RBI triple for Behe. Unless we're carrying that as an E9. But no matter how you score it, it's a 5-0 ball game for the Rockingham County Cougars here in the bottom of the fourth with one down.
You know, I score that one a single because it dropped in clean, but he didn't field it clean off the bounce, so he advances on the air after that. Single with an E. And that's a grounder to second for the second out, but he sacrifices the man home.
Revis grounds out to second base for the second out. Now batting number 10, Luke Stripmatter on deck.
Stripmatter steps up to the plate. Base is empty with 2 outs. 6-0 advantage for Rockingham. That one is
right on that
outside
outside
but
corner.
a strike.
Same pitch that's been being called a strike all night, Stripmatter.
Stripmatter takes it inside. 1-1. 6-0 lead for your Rockingham County Cougars. As Stripmatter takes it outside once again.
Yeah, he tried to throw the breaking ball there, and it's like the wind just caught it and hung it on the outside, and it never got to the plate.
I wonder if wind is causing some of these errors.
It very well could be.
That one.
A little low. Ball 3.
Now a 3-1 count for Stripmatter. Stripmatter, the 3-sport athlete, steps back in.
0 for 1 so far tonight. Walked and scored a run in the third, though.
Stripmatter takes it down the middle for a walk.
Yep, low.
He'll jog to first base. Bringing up Hudson Deal, the right-handed pitcher.
And we know what kind of runner Stripmatter is from watching him in basketball and football. He's definitely a threat to steal a base here potentially.
6-0 lead for the Rockingham County Cougars with 2 down here in the bottom half
And
of
pitcher
inning number
Hudson
4.
Deal up. He's 0 for 2.
He's going to steal as Deal fouls it off, so he'll have to go back, but to your point.
Had the hit and run on.
Eight strikes, nothing on the scoreboard. As Deal steps back up. 6-0 ball game with 2 down here in the bottom of the fourth.
On new scoreboard, the PA announcer said that it was a new unit and a new controller, and they were trying to get used to it.
That one's outside for a ball.
1-1 count to Deal.
Stripmatter still on first base. Deal. Outside once again for another ball. Not sure how many that is, but
2-1.
Thanks, Hatley. Deal. Takes it, and on a pass ball, Luke Stripmatter will go to second, and he'll start going to
advance
third.
For third.
Stripmatter gets down.
And takes it on the pass
He's
ball.
He's there in time. And he is just one base away from making this a 7-0 Rockingham lead in the bottom half of the fourth.
And Deal took ball 3 in the dirt, nearly hit him in the toe. 3-1 count to Deal now with Stripmatter on third.
55 degrees and cloudy here in Wentworth. 26-mile-per-hour wind gusts. That one is in the dirt for ball number 4. So Deal heads to first base to put runners on the corners.
And I don't know how much more we're going to see out of Miller. He's at 72 pitches.
Nick Rumbley.
Let's see if his coach will let him try to pitch his way out of this.
Runners on the corners for Nick Rumbley.
Deal draws a walk, bringing up number 3, Nick Rumley on deck, number 17, Ethan Bognar.
Back-to-back all-conference appearances in basketball. He's going to send that
one
through the gap. No, stopped.
Fielded, but he's...
And he isn't able to get to first base in time. So heading into the top half of inning number 5.
They got him.
It's a 6-0 ball game. Rockingham County with the lead.
Runner brings up to second base for third out.
Cougars pick up 2 runs on 2 hits in that inning. And that's going to bring the score to Rockingham County 6, Southern Guilford Storm 0.
Three innings left to play.
Summary for Rockingham in the bottom of it.
An hour and 8 minutes into this one.
2 runs, 2 hits, and 2 runs.
Thanks for joining us on YouTube. Make sure to subscribe, like, and leave any comments or thoughts you have.
Deal's going to stay out for his 5th inning of work.
Go ahead and give us some stats on him.
8 strikeouts. He has thrown 58 pitches. So great numbers through 4 innings. He's only given up 1 hit. No, make that 2 hits.
Leading things off in the top of the 5th.
Yeah, 2-hit shutout so far for Deal. Let's see. It looks like substitute. A pinch hitter's come into the game. That's going to be Jesse Worrell stepping up for Connor Ward.
Worrell takes a practice swing. As Hudson's Deal remains on the mound for his 5th inning of work. 6-0, 2-hit shutout, as you mentioned earlier. Deal delivers, And that one's nailed out there down the third base line.
It's called fair.
And he will move past first base. A little
He's gonna
bit
hold.
hesitant, and he is held after sending it into deep left field, just right down the line.
And,
Brady Ross holds him.
I've got to be honest, I don't think his coach is happy about him not going for second there. The first base coach seemed to be waving him on, and he hesitated for some reason.
Now stepping up to the plate is Caleb Locklear. With a man on first base after that leadoff fifth inning single. Still a 6-0 lead for the Rockingham County Cougars.
And they've got a pinch runner for Worrell. I don't see the number. We'll see if we can get that. Fouled back. Strike one to Locklear.
Yes, David, I do want a Dr. Pepper. Go buy me one, please. No, I'm not taking that. No, if you're going to keep down.
Oh, called ball. Tough pitch to lay off. 1-1 count to Locklear. Just a breaking ball. Broke clear across the plate. Must have been a little low.
Still a 1-1 count. Takes it outside.
Strike on the outside corner.
1-2 now. 6-0 lead for Rockingham as Deal steps back up onto the mound. That pitch is way high up there, up at head level of number 13.
Brushed him off the plate just a little bit on that one.
Locklear is going to take that one past ball and go into second base.
That's Robinson pinch running.
Full count now, runner on second and nobody down. Top half of inning number 5. That one is outside and he draws a walk. So now 2 runners on base for the Southern Guilford Storm.
Runners on first and second for Deal.
As
And Coach Apple's going to come out and visit. And Deal's pitched beautifully so far. I'm hoping that Coach Apple's just going to, talk to him, settle him down, tell the boys, let's get a double play out here. Let him pitch his way out of this thing.
How many pitches is he at?
He is at 65.
Not too bad.
No, pretty good numbers through 4 complete innings and starting off the 5th.
Big lead on second as he swings and misses on that first one.
Houston Journey, who had the first hit for Southern Guilford, single in the 3rd inning, takes a cut at that one.
Number 8 steps back into the right side of the batter's box. Outside.
Just off the plate.
1-1 even count, 6-0 lead for the Rockingham County Cougars in the top half of the 5th.
And Deal is he's all around the plate and all around the zone.
Unpredictable.
Well, he's moving it around and he's pitching well. It's he's just barely missing and the guys aren't chasing him.
Inside for a
Good
strike.
pitch on the corner.
Great job there.
1-2 count to Journey.
Pitcher's count now for Deal, trying to put down his first batter of the inning.
And already with 8 strikeouts tonight.
Trying to make it number 9 here.
One at
And he
time that
sends
was
them
not
packing.
granted it. Struck out swinging.
Strikeout number 9 with 1 down here in the top half of the 5th inning. It's a 6-0 lead for Rockingham. Runners on first and second for the Southern Guilford Storm.
Jaden Richardson stepping up to the plate for the Storm.
Richardson swings
Swing
and
and a
misses
miss.
on the first one. Seemed a little bit hesitant.
I don't know about hesitant. He was definitely late.
Oh, very high, but he swung on it anyways.
Yeah, chasing that high fastball.
Now dug himself into an 0-2 hole, and they had runners on first and second with no outs. It might be 2 outs after this pitch. Strike three.
Strike 3 looking. And that's a backwards K in the scorebook.
Punch out right there. And with runners on first and second, they just have not gotten any compounding momentum here. Still a 6-0 lead. Dio trying to send him to the bottom half of the 5th inning with his shutout alive. First pitch is high.
Little upstairs.
1-0 count.
Good take by Marley on that pitch.
Low for a 2-0 count.
Well, he's missed both directions. Let's see if he can find the middle here.
Third pitch for Deal in this at-bat is
Called
outside,
strike.
but a strike. Now a 2-1 hitters count for number 1.
Caught that outside corner at the knees. He's been getting that call all night.
Here's the senior center fielder. Calls timeout.
Seems like Deal's playing a little bit of mind games with these hitters, kind of hesitating on his throws a little bit, trying to mess with their timing a little.
Outside.
Yep, just
Good
off the
eye
plate.
there. 3-1 extended hitters count now with 2 down and 2 runners on base. This is a big pitch here for Dill.
Yeah, you don't want to walk the bases loaded. And he does.
For the first time tonight, the bases are loaded. Chock full of Storm. As number 6 heads up to the plate, Seth Davis.
And Seth Davis, 0 for 1 tonight, sacrificed a runner-up in the first and struck out looking in the fourth.
Davis has a word with Coach Ethan Edwards before heading back into the right-handed batter's box. Deal takes his time. Glove above his face. And sends it to second base.
Routine
Nate
grounder to
Revis
second.
gets it to first.
Gets out of the inning.
That'll send us to the bottom half of the 5th. 3 runners stranded. Rockingham County Cougars with a 6-0 lead.
Davis grounds out to second base for the final out. Summary for Southern Guilford in the
Deal putting up a magnificent body of work right now.
3 runners stranded.
6-run advantage for the Cougars with 2 innings to play. Thanks for joining us on YouTube. Make sure to subscribe, like, And leave a comment below with any thoughts you have on baseball here at the Rock. Pretty chilly here. A lot of wind going on.
And right now, Hudson Deal sitting at 78 pitches through 5 innings, a 6-0 lead, and has 10 strikeouts. Just a beautiful pitching performance for Deal tonight.
Rock softball with an 11-0 win over Southern Guilford.
Well, that wasn't one that we were expecting to be a close matchup.
Oh my gosh. One hit once again for the 3rd time in a row against Southern Guilford. Southern Guilford with just 1 hit in the softball game. It's a tradition.
Was Pruitt on the mound again?
3rd time in a row.
3rd time in a row that she has 1 hit them. Amazing.
Avery Grace Pruitt.
AGP. Leading off the inning will be Ethan Bognar.
That one is low.
Takes ball 1.
Still 6-0 as wind is taking my papers away. It's okay. It's all good.
Another one in on his shoelaces for a 2-0 count. Miller takes the slab. Winds up. Here's the 2-0 delivery. Off the plate outside. 3-0 now to Bognar. You got to think he's taking all the way here. And he does. One right down the middle. (3-1) hitters count.
6-0 lead with nobody down. Sends that one way out there, deep center.
Routine fly.
Isaac Marley with the grab.
First out of the inning. That's going to bring up shortstop Bryson Apple, who is 1 of 2 tonight. Single to right and grounded out to short.
He calls time.
And now both pitchers at 78 pitches. And that one's a little low. Ball 1 to Apple.
1-0 count with 1 down here in the bottom half of the 5th inning. Rockingham with a 6-0 advantage in the first Mid-State 3A Conference game of the season. First game at Sam Jones Baseball Complex for Rockingham. Each Mid-State 3A baseball team is in action tonight. We've got Smith at Atkins, Dudley at High Point Central, and Northeast Guilford at Eastern Guilford, all going on right now. Swing and a miss for Bryson Apple.
Brings the count 2-1. That one's well off the plate. Ball 3.
3-1 count. This wind is ridiculous.
Yeah, it seems like Miller's having trouble with his follow-through and can't get the ball back across the plate. Trying to throw across his body a little bit. And overthrew
and that's
that
a ball.
Walks him on the shoelaces.
Now batting number 7, Brady Ross. On deck. Number 5.
Brady Ross will step in for his third at bat tonight, 1 of 2. Singled to right in the 4th, and later scored.
Meeting on the mound.
Looks like we might be getting a new pitcher for the Storm. Well, no, not yet.
And now Rockingham's coach, Zach Apple, goes out there.
Speaking with the umpire. Looks like we might have a pinch hitter coming up. Well, no, it's still going to be Ross.
Ross walks forward to the Pentagon and steps in. Takes a practice swing. 1 down, Bryson Apple on first base. 6-0 lead in the bottom half of the 5th. Long look at first.
That one's a little
Delivers
up and
the
away.
pitch. It's a ball. Catcher looks back at first. Apple very aggressive on the bases right now. That one is popped up high, fly ball towards the dugout.
He's not going to get to it. It was catchable.
In the area.
It was catchable.
Yeah.
He hesitated. I think he wasn't quite sure where that dugout fence was and was afraid of running into it, so he
That's
pulled up.
That's how you end up on SportsCenter, man.
Yeah, when you don't pull up and you go for the catch.
Even unnecessarily, if you want to dive over that fence and make the catch.
Pick-off move. He's back.
Unsuccessful. Still a 1-1 count. 6-0 lead for Rockingham. Bryson Apple on first base. Ross sends that
Slap
one.
her up the middle.
And double play. Yes,
yep, got him on the double play. And that'll end the inning.
Made it short. Darted it back to first after Bryson Apple got too big of a lead. Heading into the top half of the 6th inning, it's a 6-0 lead for the Rockingham County Cougars.
Good play by shortstop Caleb Locklear there to come up with the catch and then make the clean throw to first to double up Apple. And that's going to put Southern Guilford's starting pitcher at 86 pitches for the night.
.55 degrees here in Wentworth, but it feels like 47 because of the amount of wind.
The wind's blowing our papers around and scorebook around, notes around.
Well, actually, you know, when I get slightly cold, the blood flow to my hands cuts off, so I can't even keep a scorebook right now.
Well, that's all right. I got you covered,
Yeah,
Jay.
Look, they're blue. It happens every time it's slightly cold.
It doesn't help that you have shorts on either, bud.
What does that have to do with my hands, Hatley?
Your core temperature's falling, bud.
See, pitcher just threw the ball at you for saying that. Seriously? David Woods is getting me hot chocolate? What?
It's a banner day for RoCo Radio.
This is incredible. David Woods being nice to me? The hot chocolate to dip my hands in so I can keep the
Right.
6-0 lead
And 2-0 count to Miller.
for Rockingham. Top half of the 6th is that one.
Oh,
I
he
believe
hit him with it, I think. Did it touch him?
He kind of crowded the plate there.
I can't tell if it made contact.
Well, even
he's
if it
staying
did,
in the box,
he's going
so it
back
must
to the
have missed
box,
him.
so.
Kind of hung that breaking ball and came inside with it. Lucky he didn't clip him.
That one
And he draws a 4-pitch walk.
Going to send him to first base.
And Deal starting off the 6th the same way he started off the 1st, a 4-pitch walk. And that's going to bring up Zach Payne, who is 1 of 2.
Steps into that left-handed batter's box. Nails it out there.
That's
it's
a double play
short.
ball.
6, 4, 3. But they call him safe. Still got the lead man. Top half of the 6th. 6-0 ball game. Swinging a miss for number 9. Darren's Batista.
Another swing and a miss. Strike 2. He wasn't even close to that one. Fouls it back.
Fouled it directly back at Joe Dexter, who's watching behind the fence as well. But Joe definitely didn't flinch because this is radio and you can't see him. So 0-2. Swing
and a miss.
David Woods, thank you. You are the man.
That's strikeout number 11 for Deal.
Incredible job.
And that's going to bring back up Jesse Worrell.
Worrell steps in. 2 men down.
Worrell had that single in the 5th.
Time really running out as he swings on a very high ball.
Yeah, that one was up in his eyeballs and handcuffed him and everything else. And
Breaking ball.
strike 2. Nasty movement on that one.
Just grazed the outside. And now he is 1 strike away from heading to the bottom half of the 6th inning with the shutout alive. Man on first, and he got him.
Swinging strikeout. Number 12 for Deal.
Incredible job. Bottom half of the 6th on its way. 6-0 lead for Rockingham.
Deal has thrown 89 pitches through 6 innings.
Is it? Okay. This wind almost picked me up.
And we are going to see a new pitcher on the mound for the Storm.
Number 6.
Seth Davis. Seth Davis.
Seth Davis, sophomore second baseman, plays second base some.
Yeah, he started out in left field tonight.
So bottom half of the 6th inning on its way. Maybe the last chance for Rockingham to tack on some last-minute runs. Good start to the season, looking to improve to 2-1. 1-0 in the conference in their home opener at Sam Jones Baseball Complex.
Well, hey, if Rockingham can put up a few more runs here, they can run roll them and get out of here.
Now pitching for the Storm, number 6, Seth Davis.
Seth Davis will get his first work on the mound.
And Gavin Goots will make his first appearance at the plate.
Number 11, Cole Beatty.
Takes an open stance. Davis offers. Whoa! That one went. It literally hit the crowd mic.
Hit the fence
Okay.
right below it.
So Joe Dexter's here. We've got a confession. We decided to put the crowd mic slightly through the fence to see if the baseball would hit it, and it just did.
Experiment successful.
It's so stupid. First pitch goes right into it.
And that's
Second
a strike
pitch.
on the inside corner.
Maybe we should pull that crowd mic back a little bit. You know, we already know it could happen. The only reason we put it there was to see if it could happen. That one bounces back and hits Joe Dexter again. Now a 2-1 count with a 6-0 lead for Rockingham.
They've decided they want to try to take out the RoCo Radio team here.
First the mic, then Joe. Fourth pitch.
That one's
way high. 3-1 count for Davis. Stepping back in, open stance. And he sends that foul way back there.
That'll bring the count full. Goots up there battling in his first at bat of the evening.
.6-0 lead for Rockingham. Here in the bottom of the 6th. Goots. Takes it down the middle.
But high.
And he'll head to first base.
Gooch draws the walk.
So a man on first for number 11, Cole Behe, in the 9-hole, who steps up to the plate.
Behe 2 of 2 on the night, 2 singles.
Trying to make it 3 of 3 right here. Man on first, nobody down in a 6-run lead. Almost hit him.
Throw was behind him.
And he gets to second. Ball passes into the center field.
Stolen base on that one.
And Goots will step back in.
Behe.
Oh,
Gooch took second on the play.
I'm sorry. He's still in my brain. Yeah, filter it out.
Behe steps in after the first pitch went behind him.
Powers that one out there into deep left
It's hooking,
field.
foul.
He'll head back into the batter's box.
Gave it a decent ride, about 270 down the line, but didn't stay fair.
Goots in scoring position. Still a 6-0 ball game. David Woods got everybody hot chocolate. What a great man. He's got it in him. I didn't know he could do good. How does that even make... Never mind. He said don't
He'll
make
start
me change
being
my
mean
mind.
again.
The hot chocolate makes him a good person. He'd have to take the hot chocolate back.
He'll start picking on you again.
He's going to do that anyways. Okay. That one's sent out to short, and it's off his glove. Heading home. He's going to slide. Oh, what a job there by the catcher. And they call him out.
That's a correct call.
Great job there.
He had him dead to rights. He just didn't get under the tag. It's a business expense.
Still 6-0. Bottom of the 6th as Nate Revis steps in.
With Cole Behe on second after he reached on the error and the throw out at home of Goots.
Revis takes it high.
Another one behind the batter. Somebody needs to teach this kid control before he beans somebody.
Revis in the righty batter's box. Takes it low, bounces into the glove of the catcher. Still 6-0, bottom of the 6th. Rockingham with the lead. Time called by Revis. Revis steps back in fairly quickly.
2-0 count to him. Davis delivering from the stretch.
Revis knocks that one high. Routine fly ball into right field. Into center field, excuse me.
And the center fielder comes up with it.
Had to
Dive and
dive
catch.
for it. Very shallow center.
Excellent
and he made
play.
the grab.
And after starting off with no outs and a runner in scoring position and an error that a great play saved them, they've got a chance to get out of this inning with no runs given up. Strip Matter will step up to the plate.
Strip Matter facing 2 outs. He's got a 6-0 lead to work with. And a man on second. First pitch is a strike right down the middle. He
Called
took
strike.
it looking. A 1 count as he steps back into the box. Not a lot of lefties on this Rockingham team.
No, there's not a lot of guys that hit from the left-hand side.
Second pitch is low.
In the dirt.
1-1 count. Strip matter.
Fouls
that
it.
one right. 2 outs, 1 ball, 2 strikes, as Strip matter will step back into the box. Got a man on second and a 6-0 lead to work with here in the bottom half of the 6th inning. Rockingham very close to victory number 1 in the conference for this 2025 spring season. He sends that one right past the pitcher. Second baseman picks it up.
Doesn't pick it up. Not fielded cleanly.
So now runners on the corners for Deal, who has had an exceptional night for pitching.
And the second baseman, that should have been a routine play for him after the pitcher missed it.
I don't know if it's wind. I don't know if it's poor fundamentals. It is a very young team. But, I mean, by the time you've gotten to the high school level with how travel ball works and stuff, you've probably played a ton of baseball games in your life.
Yeah, you shouldn't have anybody out here playing high school baseball that doesn't have at least a basic fundamental understanding and basis of play in the game.
But the wind is pretty extreme. So.
Yeah, the wind is playing games with them tonight pretty hard, but
takes it. He's going to try a steal, and he does.
Uncontested steal.
So now 2 runners in scoring position as Deal will step back in.
And Deal with 6 innings of shutout work.
Deal wearing number 15. Takes it way high up there.
That's a 2-0 count to Deal.
You definitely don't want to load the bases at this point in the game when it seems like you finally build a little bit of momentum just to get out of here if you're Southern Guilford. That one in the dirt, now a 3-0 count.
Catcher did a good job of getting over and knocking that one down, keeping it in front of him. It looks like Worrell has taken over duties behind the plate. Good job knocking that one down.
Down the plate
Yeah,
for the first strike
one.
of the at-bat. Now a 3-1 count with 2 down.
Of course, I think if I'm the coach and we got a 6-run lead, if you swing on a 3-0 pitch, I'm probably going to make you run foul pole to foul pole tomorrow.
Takes that one.
Takes
and
ball
it's a ball.
4. And that's going to load the bases.
Nick Rumbly
And
once
Nick
again.
Rumbly stepping up, the Carolina commit with the bases loaded.
2 down here in the bottom of the 6th. So either a run's going to score or we'll head to the top of the 7th.
Well, Rumbly has not hit the ball particularly well tonight. He's 0-3, struck out in his first appearance, reached on an error by the second baseman, and later scored in his second. That was in the 3rd inning, and grounded out to second in the 4th in his 3 plate appearances. Not a great night at the plate for Rumbly, but he's got an opportunity here to put this game away.
And it looks like they're bringing in a new pitcher, number 11.
Guilford, number 11, Zach Payne.
Zach Payne. Been playing third base for most of the night, the sophomore, as he warms up. Thank you for the hot chocolate, Dave. Highlight of my year so far. He says stop wearing shorts in the cold weather. Well, this is baseball. You have to wear baseball clothes to a baseball game, even if it's not baseball weather. Southern Guilford warming up as Nick Rumbley is about to enter once again. Rumbley takes his time.
And Zach Payne will make his appearance on the mound. 2 outs in the 6th, and facing the Carolina commit, Nick Rumbley.
Payne.
Oh, wow.
Sends it down the plate. Rumbley
Was
takes
that a
the
foul?
first pitch.
And Ben L. Smith has eliminated James Dudley from the 3A playoffs by a 2-point margin.
That's crazy.
Rumbley with the foul back. 1-1.
Down the right side. Rumbley steps back in.
And we knew that Ben L. Smith-Dudley basketball matchup was going to be a tough one.
1-1 count. Rumbley takes it high at his chin, and he is 6'6", so that's when you know it's a high fastball. So now a 2-1 hitters count for Rumbley with the bases
high
chock
and
full of
tight to a
Cougars.
guy that's 6'6".
He hammers it out there, and it drops. He'll score 1 run. He'll likely score 2. Cutoff man. And he does.
And Rumbley.
An 8-0 ball game after the 2 RBI single from Rumbley to right field.
Great single to right, just a slap base hit, brings in 2 RBIs.
One of the singles to right, driving in Behe and Shipmatter. Now batting number 17, Ethan Bognar on deck. Number 13, Bryson Apple.
Now runners on the corners with 2 outs still. They seem to be doing a lot of damage when there's 2 outs on the board. That one goes off the catcher, and Rumbley will advance to second. Now 2 runners in scoring position.
Bognar, who is
Instrumental part of getting the ball kind of rolling.
1 of 3 tonight. Had that double in the 3rd. And knocked in a run with that.
1 run scored in the 1st, 3 runs scored in the 3rd, and in the 4th, 2 runs were scored. Still a shutout. Southern Guilford has not put anything on the board.
And right now an 8-0 lead.
He sends that one out to
and the
center.
wind has got it.
But he makes
But he
the
caught
grab.
it.
Veteran center fielder out there will end the bottom of the 6th inning, heading into the top half of the 7th. Time running out for Southern Guilford as Rockingham nurses an 8-0 advantage. Thanks for joining us on YouTube. Make sure to subscribe, hit that like button, and leave any comments you or thoughts you have.
2 runs on 1 hit in that inning.
Here at the Sam Jones Baseball Complex, this home opener has gone very well for Rockingham. Just have to make it through half an inning, and they will be 1-0 in the Mid-State 3A standings.
Well, let's see who's going to come into this game, is it? Looks like they're going to stick with Deal.
I don't think that's Deal.
In the bottom of the 6, 2 runs and 2 hits, 2 runners left on base.
No, it's number 19.
Oh, that's a 19. Okay. So it looks like they're bringing in Dylan Long.
Rockingham be number 20, Dylan Long.
Was Dylan Long one of the players who had his number changed?
Yeah, he's wearing number 19.
Okay. I was making sure we had that updated.
Yes, we got that.
So go ahead and give us the final numbers on Deal.
6 innings pitched, 12 strikeouts, 86 pitches.
Incredible. That's starting off spring right.
Oh, absolutely. Just a phenomenal performance for Deal tonight. And no runs. Just amazing. Great performance.
Stepping in to the right side of the plate, trying to keep this game alive.
And Dylan Long will make his pitching debut tonight.
Long, crazy throw right there. Pops out of Gage Rakestraw's hand.
Ball 1 to Locklear.
Locklear steps back in with an open stance. That pitch.
Off the plate. Ball 2.
Now a 2-0 count. Nobody down. 8-0 lead for the Rockingham County Cougars in the top half of the 7th inning over the Southern Guilford Storm. That went inside for a strike.
On the corner. Good pitch there. Two-1 to Locklear.
Here he goes. 4th pitch is
strike.
Low for a strike. Kind of painting those corners there.
Well, I'll tell you that as a pitcher, that's what you want to do. You want to work it in and out. You want to get those corners. You don't want to throw pitches right down the center of the plate.
That one is
just off the plate outside.
That's what happens when you play that game, and now you've got a full count to work with.
Well, not a waste pitch by any means. That was he tried to get him to chase, and it was close. Whoa. A little tight on that one, and he puts him on base. Didn't hit him, but came close. Ball 4.
So a 6-pitch at bat puts a man on first. That's what you want if you're Southern Guilford.
And Houston Journey will step up 1-2 tonight.
Reset the doomsday clock to 9 strikes for them. Right down the middle for Batista.
That had some zip on it.
Or Journey, excuse me.
Heard that mitt pop. Just a beautiful sound.
I'm sure it didn't feel good to Rakestraw. That one outside. He's almost got a submariner delivery.
Yeah, he kind of comes from a 3/4 sidearm at times, and then he comes a little more over the top at times. It's a little. He varies up the delivery.
And a lot of pitchers like to have the same delivery every time.
Well, it tends to make you more consistent. Good pickoff move.
And also, batters can't really read you when you're doing the pickoff, but if it works for him, it works. I mean.
Well, you know, a lot of pitchers, they experiment with different delivery angles and that kind of thing. But you're right, a lot of pitchers, they like to keep the same delivery angle due to consistency. But if you can pull it off and you can
hit the batter. That's the biggest celebration for getting hit by a pitch I've ever seen. As Journey jogs to first base.
That's high school ball for you. Rub some dirt on it, don't rub it.
I mean, he was happy about that. He was.
Well, you know, that's another base runner. It's another potential run. You're down by 8. You need them.
So 2 runners on. 8-0 lead for Rockingham in the top half of the 7th inning.
It looks like Jaden Richardson will come up to the plate.
Dylan Long sends it right down the plate for a strike. 0-1 count. Flag waves in the backfield.
Yeah,
behind center field.
That wind blowing in from center field.
All over the place. That one fouled back. And that flag right there is just showing how this wind isn't staying in one direction, so it's kind of hard to read. We've seen a lot of errors on the Southern Guilford side of things. Rockingham, thankfully, hasn't put the ball in, allowed Southern Guilford to put the ball in play that much to see the errors.
And Richardson now down 0-2.
Far outside. What's the count?
The count is 1-2.
Scoreboard's been a little wonky, so. 1-2 count. Long delivers.
Strike 3
and
looking.
He punches him out. 1 down. Still runners on first and second as Dylan Long tries to get out of here.
Yeah, and Long would love to close this thing out right here. Get the save.
Long wants to keep it as short as possible as Isaac Marley comes up to the plate.
Leadoff hitter Isaac Marley, who is 0 of 1 with 2 walks.
Ooh.
Take strike 1.
Beautiful pitch there.
He's been wanting to look at the ball all night. You know, make him swing the bat.
Marley takes it high. 1-1 count. 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out. And an 8-run difference between the teams as Rockingham brings Dylan Long onto the mound to try and close this one out. Inside.
Ball 2.
Right at the shin. Now 2-1 hitters count for Marley. Marley's kind of been the quiet star of the game for Southern Guilford.
Well, I mean, reached base twice, even if they were on walks.
Great play in center field as he fouls that one back to even up the count, 2-2.
Thought he may have hit the light pole there. Came close.
This wind is wild.
I'll tell you, you get in this stadium down here, and the wind just seems to swirl.
That one is sent out. Foul ball, and
well, it should have been caught. Rumbly didn't two-hand it.
Well, it looks like the wind kind of made the ball move around a little on its way down. And also the fact that the wind's blowing, even if it isn't actually moving the ball, may make the player misjudge it and think the ball is going to move differently because of the wind. I mean, we've seen it on both sides tonight.
Oh, yeah. We've seen it a lot more on the Southern Guilford side, but that was a catchable ball.
Up at his nose, and now a full count.
Oh, I love baseball players. Somebody's over there sounding like
Rockingham
a
has
goat
kind
in
of
the dugout.
Rockingham has kind of a quieter dugout.
Well, I mean, you're up 8-0. You don't need to be real vocal right now.
No, just all game.
And that one's tipped foul. Marley stays alive.
Full count, 1 out, and 8-0. Long pitches.
Upstairs walks him.
And that'll load the bases up as Zach Apple will go have a word with Long.
Bases loaded, 1 out.
2 hours, 5 minutes into this game. Rockingham with an 8-0 lead, 1 out. Bases chock full of Southern Guilford Storm. Dylan Long on the mound after relieving Deal, who put up an incredible 12 strikeouts in his 6 innings.
And Seth Davis will make his 4th trip to the plate tonight. 0 of 3, or correction, 0 of 2. Had that sacrifice bunt in the 1st and then struck out looking in the 4th and grounded out to 2nd in the 5th. And if you're Rockingham County, you'd love to just get a double play ball here and be done with this thing.
Wind bringing dust all across the field. That one.
Strike 1.
Right in the strike zone to make it an 0-1 count. Establishing dominance early. Seth Davis holds it on his shoulder. Inside, 1-1 count. Davis fouls that one back. Now a 1-2 pitcher's count. As Long tries to bring this, they're just 4 strikes away from a victory. Trying to bring this one to a close.
And Long at 24 pitches in this save attempt so far.
Davis steps back in. 8-0 ball game in favor of the Rockingham County Cougars in the top half of the 7th inning. Just outside, and he got him. So now with the bases still loaded, they bring up potentially the last batter of the night.
Starting pitcher Aaron Miller will come up, who has struck out twice and walked. So 0 of 2. And this wind is really picking up out here.
Umpire halts play till the wind dies down a little.
It is March baseball.
It's March 4th baseball. Very early. I don't even think we've officially hit spring yet.
Strike 1 called.
Now just 2 strikes away for Dylan Long. 8-0 lead for the Rockingham County Cougars. Sends it
Just off the
outside.
plate.
1-1 count. Long delivers. Outside. 2-1 to the lefty.
Got to get him, bring it back across the plate here.
Hitters count now for Miller, the sophomore.
He went on that one, strike 2.
And now just 1 strike away. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Bases loaded and an 8-0 lead for Rockingham. Top half of the 7th inning. This could be it. Dylan Long delivers. Pop up.
That's
Into center field. He's on the run. And they got it.
Fly out to center for the final.
Luke Stripmatter puts an end to this one. Rockingham County Cougars get the first win here at home of the season at Sam Jones Baseball Complex in their first conference win of the season. 2 shutouts. Softball wins 11-0. Rockingham boys baseball wins 8-0. over Southern Guilford, and they improved to 1-0 in the conference. Jonathan Hatley going to bring you some post-game stats, I believe. Great game. Started out kind of slow for both teams. 1 run scored in the second off of an error. Third inning involved 3 runs. 2 runs scored in the fourth, and 2 runs scored in the sixth, for a total of 8 runs to nothing for the Silver and Black.
Now let's see. Nate Revis scored 1 run on the evening. Luke Strittmatter scored 2 on the evening. Let's see. Nick Rumbley went 1 of 4, scored a run, had 2 RBIs. Ethan Bognar scored a run in a 1 of 4 performance. Bryson Apple had a hit and a walk in a 1 of 2 performance. Brady Ross had a 1 of 3 performance and scored 1 run. And Cole Behe went 2 of 3 and scored 2 runs. And on the pitching side, starting pitcher Hudson Deal, 6 innings pitched, 12 strikeouts, and relief pitcher Dylan Long came in for the save, 1 inning pitched and 2 strikeouts. Just a phenomenal all-around performance for the Rockingham County Cougars, and a great win to start off their conference slate.
All right, Hadley, any parting thoughts for the broadcast?
Hey, we're looking forward to the next one. We're glad that we could bring you RoCo Radio's inaugural baseball coverage, and we'll be looking forward to the next one.
Yeah, first ever RoCo Radio baseball broadcast. Thank you guys so much for joining us here on YouTube. Happy to have you along for Rockingham's 8-0 victory over the Southern Guilford Storm to improve to 1-0 in conference play, 2-1 on the season, and win their first home game of the season. For Jonathan Hatley, I'm Jay Ramey. Thanks for listening.